this evening. We learned today that a member of the Penobscot Nation and the last living Native American who was part of the D-Day Allied invasion of Normandy has died. Charles Norman Shay passed peacefully at home in France, surrounded by those who loved him. He was 101 years old. In early June of 1944, Charles Norman Shay was just a few weeks shy of his 20th birthday. A member of the Penobscot Nation on Indian Island, he was an Army medic who was about to be part of the largest operation of World War II, the D-Day invasion of Normandy, France. Shay's unit came in on Omaha Beach, and he admitted in an interview 6 years ago he had no idea of the scale of the invasion at the time.
Even though I was there, I had a very small horizon because I had only my eyes to see what was going on.
And what he saw was absolute carnage as German machine guns cut down American soldiers before they even got a chance to make it onto the beach. What he did next was described by Senator Susan Collins, who met Shay at the 75th anniversary D-Day ceremony in France.
He went back into the water and rescued soldiers that had been wounded and were drowning. And he did it over and over again until he literally fainted from exhaustion.
Shay, who went on to also save lives at the Battle of the Bulge and then later in Korea, earned a Silver Star and the French Legion of Honor for his heroics. After leaving the Army, Shay and his wife Lily resided in Vienna, but also spent weeks every summer in his hometown of Indian Island. The couple moved back to Maine in 2003, but Lily died soon after. Shay became a Penobscot tribal elder and stayed on Indian Island until 2018. He moved to Normandy, France, where he made it a point to be at every D-Day remembrance ceremony, standing up for those who could not be there. 2 years ago, he was notified that the Maine Department of Transportation was going to build a new ferry to serve Matinicus Island, and it would be named the Charles Norman Shay.
I feel very proud to have a boat bearing my name right where my ancestors had their summer encampment.
A fitting tribute, a boat which is now a lifeline for people on a Maine island, named after a Mainer who was a lifeline to so many soldiers in times of war. Now, that bench right there you see Charles sitting on in that photo, it's part of a memorial that was built in his honor and dedicated to the 500 American and Canadian Indians who were part of the D-Day invasion. Shay will be buried there, near the beach where so many of his comrades died 81 years ago.